Voila. All right. I think we are live right now. What's up? If you're not watching this live and you're watching this pre-recorded, go ahead and skip forward a minute. We're going to let some people trickle in. We're going to get started in just a sec. All right. I'm also filming a day in the life for my TikTok because I'm trying to get sponsored by fucking Celsius and I'm going to make it happen. So I'm going to start filming some lifestyle content. So I got to get ready for this. And I'm going to stream. I think I might stream on TikTok at the same time.
Good idea. Why not?
All right.
Double up.
Hold on. Here we go. Oh, the Celsius. Oh, we'll hold this for the screenshot for later. Ah, Celsius, baby. Celsius, baby. Oh, I thought you had it too. I was like, what?
Okay. Well, I had Celsius.
Yeah, I thought you had Celsius. You like grabbed something, and I was like, this motherfucker, there's no way he has it. Okay.
Infusions.
All right, I'm gonna put the tweet out.
We're all about the infusions, guys.
No, hide that shit. Hide that shit. All right. Cool. It's on Twitter. If you want to reshare, you can. And then I'm gonna put it in my Discord, and we'll get started. All right. Man, I wonder. I have 38%. If I start streaming for TikTok, is my phone gonna die? I feel like it's gonna survive, but I don't know if I have that much confidence in Apple.
Depends how much battery you got left.
It was 38%. If we stream for an hour or an hour and a half, I don't know how much my battery would last. Well, I'll just give it a go. All right, we are live. There's people in here. It's in the Discord. My Twitter was my first comment by Sean. Let's fucking go. Oh no, hold on. Let me see. There might be audio issues.
It's okay for me.
Oh no, hold on. Let me see. There might be audio issues. Maybe not. Sounds okay.
It's okay for me.
All right, sweet.
Yeah, sounds cool. Sweet. Sounds cool.
All right, we're good over here. And we got 3 people in here. We'll wait another 30 seconds, and then we'll get started. I'm gonna hit live on my TikTok, NFT, YouTube, live. Boom. We live. I'm gonna. All right, I don't need my keyboard. What's the other thing for? My keyboard, and then do I need that? I feel like I need that. All right. Maybe I should have figured this shit out before we.
What's up, Bryce? How are you doing?
There we go. What's up, Bryce? How's it going, fam? Studs. You know it, bro. You know it. All right. Cool. Sweet. All right, fam. What's up? Just a couple of dudes being dudes. That's all we're doing here. We got a really exciting episode of Tea Time with Tom in the Joyage Kingdom today. We have a lot of shit to cover, actually. A lot of shit. So we have crypto coming down, coming back to earth a little bit, having a lot of days in the red. We have the entire market just in general following that, like crypto, NFTs. Everyone's kind of feeling a little bit recently bearish in the last few days. We have Logan Paul coming out with a new company called Liquid Marketplace, where he's it's like a new marketplace where we're going to get into it, but he's selling all sorts of different things on it. It's actually a really interesting idea. We have his own NFT project that he's coming out with 99 originals, which is actually way better than what he's come out with before. I'm actually really interested to see what happens here. It's going to be auction based. There's no way we're going to be able to afford it. And then we have CoinBase announcing a movie partnership with Bored Ape and ApeCoin, a trilogy potentially. And we have Bitcoin soon to be accepted by Walmart and McDonald's via the Lightning Network. We have the most expensive NFT purchase of Mike Majlek's career when he bought a Bored Ape. We have Elon Musk having some things to say about Twitter after buying 9% and then supposed to be going onto the board, ended up not. And then maybe he's getting sued by Twitter investors. What the fuck is going on? It's going to be an exciting episode. I appreciate you guys all being here. Yeah, Sean, a fucking movie from the Bored Ape Yacht Club. It's going to be absolutely wild. But anyways, what's up, Tom? How you doing, bro?
I'm good. Well, actually, I woke up this morning. I went to bed last night. I was about to mint a project at midnight. And I just, an hour before bed, I just got I felt like I'd been hit by a truck.
Jesus.
And I was like, fuck this. I just feel horrific. I felt like the trash that I dig in. Like I felt like the trash that I'm always trying to look for on OpenSea. I felt like that trash.
That
And
is tragic.
yeah, I woke up this morning, still felt pretty shit, but I'm ready to rock. I'm fucking ready to rock. I've got my. I'm not going to show my sparkling water because I'm not trying to get sponsored. But have you got a drink here, Cade?
I do. Hold on, I'm taking a screenshot over here. I do have a not a sponsorship, but I do have a drink. We have the Celsius Energy. We are trying to get sponsored. Everyone who wants to get sponsored by a company and doesn't know how, just watch me for the next few weeks, few months, and I will get the sponsorship. I'm telling you right now, I will get the sponsorship. It will be sick. I've already had conversations with some people that I never thought in my life I'd be having conversations with. I had just very interesting the last couple of days. So I'm confident that I can get it. And that's all I'm really going to say because I don't want to jinx anything else. But we have that coming. I mean, you're going to see a ridiculous amount of content. I'm going to try and mix my NFT content, make Celsius in there, but not be annoying about it. And I think y'all are going to be impressed when I come out and at some point and be like, boom, sponsorship, baby. It's going to be sick. And yeah, I'm really excited for it. So it's going to be dope.
I can't wait. I'm going to be watching along. So you're doing a day. Is it a day in the life today?
Yeah. So on my TikTok, so there's this TikTok account right now that she does this like, she lowers the brightness a tad, so it makes it look really cinematic. And then she makes this like really cool like hip hop slow music, and she does a vlog style, but she doesn't really talk to the camera. It's almost all slow mo, and it's only like 7 clips throughout the whole day, but it's like such a good story, aesthetic, visual that like she's getting hundreds of thousands of views each one because it's like 12 seconds long usually. It's like a couple. She's like getting up, grabbing her bag, like putting on her shirt, and like different things, and it just looks really cool. So I took some inspiration from that. I also took my vlogging experience, and I'm gonna mesh them together and have Celsius being in there, like just some what's it called, subliminal messaging, like hiding in the corner and stuff like that. Like I filmed a TikTok and I had like 12 cans of Celsius in the corner of my room, all the different areas. It was fucking ridiculous. But anyways, all right, you guys aren't here to learn about that, but.
When are we gonna get to see the slow-mo Cade getting dressed and naked?
Oh shit, dude. I mean, there's a couple shirtless clips in that TikTok for sure. Absolutely. Because I've been getting back in the gym. I'm feeling fit again. I feel good. I've been doing hot showers and then the last 20 seconds making them cold, like freezing cold. And it has been changing my fucking life.
So I've been doing exactly that since January the 1st. I've missed maybe like 4 or 5 days where I haven't done that. And now I feel like I've kind of like broken it. It's literally, to be honest, it's the only when I'm hungover is when I don't fucking do it. When I don't want the pain,
bro. Because you get in for like a nice hot shower, you're chilling for a few minutes, and then you're like, all right, day's about to start. Let's fucking go. You turn that bitch cold, and you're like, all right, game time. And then usually I go and like something right after. Like what I've been doing is I've been waking up, going like taking a shit. Obviously, clearing out my phone notifications, emailing people back, whatever I need to do. But I don't get too deep into it because I don't want to get too like into it and then be like, now I got to do all this stuff. And then I'll go in the shower, get my cold shower, wake up, and then literally I'll either go straight to the gym or I'll read a couple pages of a book. That way I can like check it off in my list. So I'm not stressing the fact that I haven't read and trying to like balance my life. And then I'll go crank. I've been crushing it at the gym. It's been lit. And then I go and do my work after. So it's been really good. It's been really good.
So you've been hitting the gym. Well, you've been hitting the gym at what time?
I've been going in the morning, so I'm trying to get it to where I'm out the door. I want to be able to be out the door by 9 a.m., but it's been 10 a.m. the past few days, 10, 10:30, 11. So I'm weighing it down. Waking up is hard for me, so it's not the easiest thing yet. It's going to get there, though.
Dude, like, let's celebrate that because I know, especially with the stuff that we do, when staying up in the middle of the night, like for me, I'm the same. I have to, it's easy for me to stay up till like 1:30 at the moment, and because there's just so much to do. But yeah, I've continued just trying to get up at like 7:30 at the latest. And then, the biggest problem I have is like getting to the gym in the mornings. I struggle with that, but I definitely think that if you can, I think that's something I'm going to be like trying to do more and more. So like well done to do it because I know how hard it is.
Thanks, man. Yeah, for me, it's mainly a mental issue. Like if I don't get it done in the morning, then all day while I'm working, I'm just thinking about the fact that I've got the gym coming up. What if something comes up and then I miss it? And then I'm more like me judging myself, the fact that I like can't balance all these different things while doing YouTube. And then the other issue is that like, it pays to stay up sometimes. I've gotten very lucky by
Yeah,
staying up. And
yeah.
it's just
Big
like,
time.
fuck, you know, I
It's
won
so,
I won a whitelist,
you're
a
so
really,
right.
really big whitelist in the middle of the
Yeah.
fucking night from a random project a project that I'm in, and they just were like, flash giveaway, boom, and I just like entered in one out of like 1,500 applicants. And I was just like, oh my fucking God, that was like so random. That never would have happened if I just wasn't awake at midnight.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. So it's definitely one of those things that the game that we're in, we do have to make those sacrifices. And I was literally listening to, do you know Nick Bear, like from Bear Performance?
Oh, we love
So
Nick.
So I was listening to his podcast today and a couple of hours ago, and he was talking about the exact same thing with his running schedule. He just does his runs in the morning just purely so that he knows that it's done, and there's always going to be stuff it's the exact same thing that you just described. It's like having an excuse to kind of like dip out and not do it. So I'm with you. So I wish I was. I suppose no one likes working out in the morning, do they? Like, no, not even fucking David Goggins.
It's tough, but I'm really starting to like it, dude. Like I'm starting to finally see a little bit of like people who get up. I can't get up super, super early, but I can see myself working my way down to like early, like 7, 8 a.m. I can see it happening because it does feel good. It does start to feel better. And that shower is really what opened up for me. As soon as the shower started to be something I look forward to, then like my mind opened. I was like, okay, maybe we can start to look forward to the gym instead of hating our life the whole time while we're there.
100%. I'm with you. It's taken me years. Like it was when I did a full-time job and I was commuting, having to get up at like 6:30, and it just gets or like 6, and it does get you. I'm now way more inclined, but at the moment for like what we do, the NFT world is not conducive to getting up early in the morning. It just isn't. And I think we've got to remind ourselves, if we have the ability, like us, we control our own schedules. You just got to remind ourselves that for this like moment when we are pushing like fuck, like really pushing, we can't beat ourselves down too much. Because for me, it's tough because I do want to get up at 6. I could push myself to get up at 6, go for a run, but it's impossible for me because I will miss out on work opportunities if I don't stay up till midnight, 1, whatever. Especially with me being further forward in the time zones. The earlier I go to bed, the more I get punished for not being awake when North America is awake, because that's where all the energy is happening at the moment. So for me, it's even worse for me because I really do miss out on, you know, for you, I miss out on your evening, like your entire evening from 6.
And all my shit happens in the evening, bro. All my shit happens in the evening.
That's why I probably miss out. I probably miss out on all your live TikToks, your live streams, like all of the stuff that you do. I miss out because I'm asleep. So it is.
Just stop sleeping. Just stop going to sleep. Come on, what the fuck are you doing?
I know. What the who needs right? Let's do a 30-day no sleeping challenge.
Every now and then I'll just be like, nah, I'm not doing it tonight. It's like 2 a.m. I'm like, nah, nope, not going to sleep tonight. It's not gonna happen. Happens all the time. Hey, Taizo says y'all can run a 24/7 alpha group. Just 24 hours straight, never sleep, just straight up alpha every single day. That's what we do. Sean, it's about the hours you use in the day, not how many hours you have. Agreed. It's just hard to get a hold of it sometimes when there's just so many things happening. But anyways, we'll get into some of the crypto stuff real quick. I'm gonna share my screen with everybody. I'm hoping audio is good. Please let us know if audio goes to shit or if everything goes to shit. Just let me know because I can't hear it on the stream because I'm streaming. So we have Bitcoin. 24 hours, I guess we're up 3%, but you know, in the 7 days we're down 6%. Everything else, it's kind of wild looking at these charts and seeing it's literally like a mirror. Like this is the exact same thing, Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then you look, it's like the exact same thing. They all look the fucking same. It's like it's weird, bro. It's weird.
In the top 20, Shiba. That's always the case.
Shiba just doing whatever it wants. Shiba, I actually have some Shiba. I was like, oh, let's go Shiba Inu. But crypto's down.
How do you just a quick question on that? How do you track your coins, by the way? Like how do I because at the moment I'm fully focused on NFTs, and it is like practically how do you keep tabs on what you've got in your portfolio, like outside of NFTs, when you're creating, you're doing everything? Because I'm no doubt like I'm just like I can't hold on to it. I can't I don't have the capacity to, I don't know. So how do you do it?
I I don't check it very often. I forget most of
Okay.
like Voyager.
Good.
I have a lot of money
I
in
just wanted to
Voyager.
make sure. I
Yeah, I
just
have a
wanted to
lot of
make sure
money in
I'm
those
not
big
the only one.
exchanges, and I just forget. I'm like every now and then I
Yeah.
just will be in purely NFTs, and I'll be like, oh fuck, I forgot I have crypto, and I'll check in. Sometimes I'll have a lot of profits, and I'll take some off the table. But right now, my profit, I'm like dead even because this is about what I invested as far as like the percentage
Yeah.
that we're down.
Yeah.
So a
Yeah.
lot of my money I'm just keeping there. I've already liquidated about half. I think I may have already said this in the last episode, but I liquidated about half on our last pump because I was up. Basically, took all the profit off the table, and I just left a bunch in there because we may go down, have a flash crash like we're seeing now. If potentially a flash crash would go back up, or we just keep going down, and it's like fuck. But there's a chance there. I already took my profit, so I made money. So it's like it's okay. You know, if it goes down, it'll come back up at some point. It's fucking whatever, I guess. I'd be
Yeah.
happy if it went up because apparently NFTs and crypto don't really have that same relationship they used to because we've been talking
Yeah.
too in the DMs like strategies are having to change. I had a strategy come up that is relatable for the last 2 weeks, but 3 weeks ago it was completely not on the table. And now we're at a point where I'm like, I don't think this strategy is, I think it's expired now. The whole strategy of 2 3 weeks ago, you had to mint a project and sell it immediately. That was Mutant Shiba Club. Sold that shit as soon as we minted it, made the most profit basically you could have made. And now for the 2 weeks after that, up until like now, everything's pumping way after. Like Los Muertos was at 0.1 for a long, long time, revealed still 0.11, and then it just shot to 0.8. And we're just like,
Yeah.
why? Why? It's not even like that great art. And so projects are doing that.
I'm really struggling at the moment to really to understand and come up with any logic about where the fuck things are going to go. I'm really struggling.
It's really confusing. There's a lot of big projects coming up. We have potentially the Bored Ape Yacht Club land sale. We have that fucking whatever moon bird thing that you just made a video about that I just watched this morning.
Yeah, it is
yeah,
Moonbird.
we have that.
Yeah,
we have some Murakami something.
Moonbird. Yeah, no, it is literally just Moonbird. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of things happening, and so it could take all the liquidity out, or it could give a lot of people a lot of money, and then they could spark a bull run, and we just don't fucking know. And apparently, it doesn't matter what crypto does because crypto is going down, and NFTs are also going down. If we look at this chart for OpenSea for the last 7 days, it looks pretty much like Bitcoin.
Did you see that? Did you see that post that Henry put in the group about the thesis around the liquidity being pulled out by these big drops, but then probably by the time it comes to the summer, we start seeing just a absolutely crazy bull run. With
it's definitely possible.
CoinBase drop.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, so what we're seeing here is an extended, what's it called, accumulation period where everything's kind of just this. So when you have a longer extended period like this, the chances of a massive bull run go up by tenfold. You know, if we have a small bull run or if we have a small accumulation period or a small bear run, the next bull run won't be that big because it just needs more time to get people to accumulate into the market. Right now, we're seeing a lot of money sitting around. We're seeing a lot of money. People are investing. I'm sure there's a lot of people who are dollar cost averaging into projects or into companies and coins. And the more that this kind of teeters on this, we don't know what we're doing in between stage, I think this next bull run could be pretty fucking ridiculous. And that's why I've held on to some assets that I thought I was going to sell. And I've held them a little bit longer because I was kind of like, fuck, I might be able to make a fucking bag here in this next, I might be able to make a lot of money in this next run. So I'm just being really patient. There's a lot of projects I bought in the bear run that are lower than when I bought them. Like I bought them at a great price and they're literally like 50% lower than I bought. I'm like, God damn, like I bought it at a great price and they're fucked right now. So, I mean, I hope people aren't stressing that hard. We're all kind of down. There's a lot of projects that are way lower than I ever thought we would be. But that's kind of the reality of it. And if you can't handle this, you ain't fucking ready for that. You better get out of everything before this next bull run's over. Because if this next bull run goes to the moon, it could very well crash all the way down to like literally zero. That could be the NFT winter. Who knows? The winter could happen in the summer. We don't really know what's going to happen. But if we're in this next bull run and you realize in this bear run you can't handle this shit, you should get out because it got dirty. Right? There's some projects that are really low right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, I'm the same. So I'm like 50% more less down on a lot of projects that I bought in at what I thought was a reasonable price compared to like all-time highs, based on their delivery of their roadmaps and their teams. But yeah, we'll see. We're just waiting and being patient. It's this is the time to remember, Kate says this every single show. He said this in a number of shows. You've got to remember why you had conviction in a project.
Yeah.
Remind yourself why you had conviction, and forget about where it's at right now. Forget about it, because now when there's nothing going on, this is not the time to sell, because you're just losing. You're kind of like fucking yourself over. It's like literally just like taking the gun and pointing at yourself and just being like, well, I made a mistake. I'm stupid.
That's literally it. And I made a video the other day and I said, look, when you're in a bear run, prices that weren't that good start to look a little bit more appetizing after you've been sitting around with your bag for a little bit long. You're like, man, I could sell that for half an ETH. It's like, well, you paid 0.6 ETH. Like you're taking like a 0.1 loss or a 0.1 profit. It's like, that's not worth it. Like just hold. It'll be worth it if you can hold. And if you can just extend that little time horizon for what you can hold in NFT projects, you'll do much, much better. And I know Trap Still Bunkin had a question here. My bad if I'm late. Y'all talked about the rumor of Coinbase launching their marketplace on 420. I didn't hear about them launching on 420, but I know Coinbase is coming out at some point. I've heard rumblings of stuff, but who fucking knows? They said they're going to launch 4 months ago. So
yeah, there is. So I did see a couple of rumors about maybe Coinbase dropping at the same time as the Bored Ape Yacht Club land sale.
Oh, I could see that happening.
And there's rumors that, because we are very fast approaching the initial mint date of the Bored Ape Yacht Club, which was the 23rd of April.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah.
So there is a potential that they could coincide with that. That would be a crazy. I feel like we would have to live stream that entire day.
That would be fucking wild.
Just be on 24-hour live stream.
That would be really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be really funny, actually. We have another question here before we move on by Robert. How do we manage to go full time? How do you cover living costs right now? Are you full time right now, Tom? For YouTube?
I've been full time for a while. Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
I've been full time.
Do you want to go first?
Since, So I basically went full time at the beginning of December, when I had to pivot away from a business that I was winding down, close it down, and I was like, okay, well, this is what I want to do. So I was like, I'm going to live. I liquidated all of my crypto assets that I had made a bag from in 2019 or 2020, whenever there was a big fat bull run. So I liquidated a load of crypto and I lived off that for months. So I basically ripped through all my savings, essentially, because that was the investment in that will be worth it in the long run. So I ripped into that. I also had a loan that I lived off, which was kind of something that I definitely wouldn't recommend. Like
high
buying
risk.
a loan to basically
high risk.
Very high risk. But then the way I looked at it was that, because I didn't want to go back into a job, I didn't want to go into full-time employment, be employed by someone. I had enough of a credit score to be able to get a loan. So I took a loan out for, I think it was about $15,000. And I basically was living off that for a few months just to buy me time. So it was to buy me time. Nice. I think that my understanding of debt has changed over the years. But like back in the day, I thought debt was really bad. And now as I've grown older and become more interested in business and entrepreneurship, I've understand how to leverage debt. Yeah. And to buy myself time to invest in a career. It was essentially like me taking out a loan to go to university or college, right? Like it's the imagine you could pay $100,000 to go and get a master's, an MBA. And what I did instead was I got a small loan out to help tide over the time. It's definitely not the way I would do it, but I was just in a situation where I was like, if I go into a part-time job or a full-time job, I will never be able to make the rapid gains that I needed to make in content creation.
Agreed.
As Cade knows, like you have to fucking be furious. So for the last 5 months, I've been furious. And I kind of brought that in. I brought myself into that position. So I don't think that's a very common way. I think that if you have a job, moving into more of like a part-time role, if you can do that, to pull some time so that you can focus on crypto, that's a better way to do it. but I think, Kate, I think you have a similar story to me about basically you were like, okay, well, to go full time, I'm going to have to get myself to a position where full time is the only way to make this work.
Yeah, you got to take a big fat risk. That's a big risk. You took even
Yeah,
bigger risk than
I
me.
took a fat risk.
Yes, props to you for that. Tyson says you made money off Dogecoin and then rolled into NFTs. I made a lot of money off Dogecoin too, and that was just pure luck, dumb luck. And so I'll talk about my story. Tufu, do I trade NFTs that are non-NFT, non-ETH? I don't. Not currently. Do you, by the way?
No. So I honestly, I find just because I get asked this all the time, especially by like, because you have Cody, right? Cody's
Yeah. I need to talk to
Cody,
fucking Cody, bro. I need to talk to him to figure out Solana stuff because they just got on OpenSea, and I skipped over Solana, and I still skip over Solana, and I will not give them the chance until I talk to Cody because he's got to convince me.
It is, dude. It's tough. It's the same reason why a lot of the Solana guys don't fuck with ETH. It's like you've only got so much bandwidth.
Well, I'm open to it. I'm open to it. I haven't seen the reason to go into it, so I need him to tell me why I should.
Well, I haven't seen a reason. I haven't seen enough for me to be like, okay, I'm going to go into Sol. I would need to see such a cool down in ETH.
Yeah,
it would give me I would be like, okay, I've now got mental space for me to look at this. At the moment, I'm fucking like struggling just to keep treading water on ETH and understanding. Keeping my fingers on just one blockchain is hard enough.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough for sure.
So that's why. That's the only reason.
Same reason. I would say. So for me, how I managed to go full time, I made a video at I think like 800 subscribers or 1,000 subscribers, somewhere around that range, called "Questions for Space Apes," which is now Ugaverse. And I asked a bunch of questions, and they liked my questions, and they liked the videos I was making. I had already an archive of videos I'd made. And they basically said, hey, do you want to come on board the team? You can be like a lead alpha person in their Discord. You can just drop projects that you see every now and then for holders. And then you can give us videos that are time sensitive a little bit early to our holders as kind of like a perk. And I said, dope. And so they financed me full time for like at least 3 or 4 months, I would say, which was fantastic. Nice. And so much love to the Ugaverse fan for that. They've always got a soft spot in my heart just because they gave me that first launch pad. And so that was dope. And so that was really good. That plus the commission videos that I do, the paid reviews, which was fantastic for me. I was able to find a way to get not monetized pretty quickly after I realized that one company reached out and said, hey, we'll pay you for a review. And I said, you're okay with it not being a promo? And they said, yeah. And I was like, well, hot damn, I guess this is where we're going. And so I made that everything. Like Really Honest Reviews was everything. I think I made like 30 videos in a month that were all reviews. And so I just went ham on that, and I was like, I want to be the guy for that. And so now I'm not working with Ugaverse anymore. I haven't been working with them since probably at least like 3 or 4 months now, maybe 3 months now, probably, since I've worked with them, just because we're going different directions. And so now I'm full-time off the commissions currently. Those are pretty good, even though that's a little bit risky because it's not like I can guarantee that they'll come in. But when I think about how much stuff happens in 1 month, that's where I'm like, okay, I can keep doing this, because in 1 month, I don't think I've ever failed to get one commission in 1 week. I think that's like my bare minimum. I usually get, at least for offers, I usually get between like 5 and 20, depending on like when in the market we are. And so I like every now and then I'll psych myself out. I'm like, well, what if I don't get an offer for a whole month? And I'm like, that's not a thing. That's literally not a thing. And so that's how I've been doing full time right now. But I would love to get on a sponsorship. That's why I'm pushing hard for Celsius here. If I can get a sponsorship with a company and work my way up into the industry to where I can be like, have a little bit more of a stable background, just make me feel a little bit safer in my own shoes. That would be a godsend. So if there's anyone here who wants to sponsor the channel, hit me up, because I'm looking right now. I'm not going to take anyone, but I'm definitely looking.
Yeah. Wait, just go back to that question again, just so we can give some practical advice. Because I think what Cade, the advice that Cade gave, or just the example that he gave, is the best way to make a move into Web3 and go full time is to work for a project. It's work for a project, Great. Work for a platform, work for a tool, and it starts off. To be honest, it starts off by donating your time. It starts off by you part-time donating your time as a mod. That's a sought after role, really sought after.
Very much so. You can start your own brand from that. Mikey G did that with Hatebeast. He's now a full-time, his own brand. He's completely off Hatebeast, and he's got his own thing going, and it's dope.
It's so valuable that if you can be one of the best like community managers or moderators, that is a very, very highly valued skill set to
100%.
have. Like project
100%.
founders think of that because they do not want to be fucking dealing with managing a community. They don't. They need to be focused on building products, building experiences, building services. So they need people who are good and trustworthy and understand how things work. So that's the best way to get in. And that's just you just messaging, DMing people, project founders, project mods. People are always looking
Take
for
a chance,
those. And
learn something. You're gonna have to learn something though. You're gonna have to figure something out that's very specific. Very specific. The more specific, the better, because you can say, "Hey, y'all need this shit, and y'all don't have it, and I have it. I have the skills. Give me this, or give me that, or give me this much money, or something, and I will do this for you. And this is what will happen." Or do it for free for 2 or 3 companies or brands, and say, "Boom! Look at all this stuff I have in my resume. Here's what happened before. Here's what happened after I joined the team. You need me." And so that's a really good way to come in. There's always room. For 10 years, I would try to be a YouTuber. And out of those 10 years, probably 7 of those years, I was pretty convinced it wouldn't happen because YouTube was too oversaturated. There's no room for more YouTubers. There's too many YouTubers out there. Yet there is a YouTuber born every single fucking day. And every single day, there's someone who goes full time. And so there's not... They're at the top of the mountain, at the top of Tom's Summit Club is an infinite summit. The summit goes forever. There's no peak where it's like there's only room for 12. There's 12 billion spots and everyone can fit. You just have to figure out where you fit. And it takes a long time. So what's up, Henry?
Exactly.
How's it going?
Patience. Henry, what's up, good? What's up, good?
Yeah, we'll get him on. We'll get him on one day. And also Austin, you're not in a really hurry. That's my biggest thing. That's the biggest problem right now is my short-term situation sucks dick. But I know I'll be fine in the long run. Like I know I'm growing. Every single day there's more subscribers. So I'm like, it's going to get there at some point. I will have that sponsorship. It's just me like us grinding through this little portion of time.
It is and we'll be small. Fine. It is a small period of time where both of us are just we're battling and grinding to make it work. Yeah, like there's no secret. We're not out here fucking like I think I said to Kate earlier, was it you? I was like, I just tend to spend. Yeah, it was when you were talking about rent prices. And I'm like, yeah, I spend money on rent and then all the rest of my money goes on fucking gifts for things like
breakfast.
But yeah. And breakfast, yeah.
Ice cream at 12 o'clock at night.
Ice cream at 12 o'clock at night, breakfast, and gifts for people, like fucking children, weddings, that kind of shit. Yeah, not that 100%. I'm complaining.
No, it's part of the grind. And one day in like a year, we'll look back and say, God damn, look what we were doing. We were putting on a show once a week. We could barely afford rent. We were putting all our money into NFTs. Every time I get money in my bank account, I'm like, finally, I feel safe, secure. And then I'm like, oh, fuck, that NFT is underpriced. Let me just transfer a little bit ETH. And then I get it. I have to hold it a little bit longer. And then I'm like, well, I'll just hold it or I'll just keep it in ETH. There's no reason to pull it out right now. And then it's a fucking, anyways, we've gone like 30 minutes. We've only done one topic so far. Honestly, the stuff we've been talking about though is really helpful, I think. So it's okay.
Super helpful, yeah.
We'll get Henry on one day. And you've got your Twitter Spaces coming. I saw on your announcements, Tom. You've got Twitter Spaces with is it with Andres?
Yeah, with Andres, we're doing Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's basically just it's for us to have another channel where we're speaking to a couple of project founders each time, giving them a platform to talk about their stuff. As we always say, this myself and Cade, this is the time where you need to go hard as fuck into networking. And Twitter Spaces is just another way for being completely fucking transparent. It is another way for me to access other people within the industry, give them a platform. I'm helping provide value to them by giving them a platform to our audiences.
Right.
And so just really remind yourself, like, this is the time. The gold rush right now, the gold rush is not flipping NFTs. That is not the fucking gold rush. The gold rush is networking and is meeting people and setting yourself up with a foundation of a network for the next 15, 20, 30 years of your life.
Agreed, dude. The networking, and if you're not a creator, networking is still important. It depends. You have to figure out what you want to be in this space and what you want to do, and then just start making decisions that lead toward that direction. Like for me, I want to be the #1 entertainer and podcaster basically in the world. And so the connections is the most important. The connections is at the very top of my pyramid. Money is in there somewhere. Content's in there at the top too. But connections is where it's at. And so that comes from me providing value. If I can provide the dopest value while also being cool, then I can attract cool people. Like the conversations I've had in the past couple of weeks with certain people has been wild. And it's because the value I bring wrapped up in the package that is my video. And that is my brand. And so that's what I've been able to leverage, I guess. And so that's where all my biggest opportunities have come from, random ass just like, oh, yeah, I saw your video, I really liked it, and I'm like, whoa, you're like way more successful than I am. What are you doing watching my YouTube video? They're like, no, like, I loved it, I love this and that, and that's where the value comes in. And so if you can
So cool.
offer value in that sense, whatever that is, there's a guy on Twitter who's big on TikTok who does these skits, and the guy's amassing unbelievable amounts of engagement, funny videos, like little skits. Have you seen it, like at NFTLA and stuff?
No.
He's this dude. I forget what his name is, but he's really funny. And so he's getting. I mean, there's a lot of people who have opened up businesses from something that like didn't start. Like they started as something small and funny, and then it turned into something else because they were able to get an audience to watch them and get people to like them. And then they're like, oh shit, I can offer these other things too. And so that's where I think people could really focus on is figuring out what they can actually bring to people. The more you can give, like Gary Vee says, the more you can give and not take, the better. Like right now, the reason I haven't said thank you to my subscribers is because I fucking earned all of you. I'm like, the other day I was like, maybe I should make like a 10,000 thank you, 10,000 subscriber thank you thing. I was like, fuck all of you. I was like, you're following me because I'm putting out daily content. I'm getting so much less. Fuck all of you. I'm just kidding. But it's true. Like there's some people who I feel like, I don't know. I've seen a lot of people who like get a bunch of followers and they think that the followers are doing them a favor. And for me, I'm like, okay, so that means you're not providing any value. Like you really see them as higher. And for me, like I don't. I see it as equal. You know, obviously I need people to watch, but they're watching because I have good content that's helpful to them. Like that's the reason.
Yeah.
Because if I'm watching my own videos, that means I'm doing something right because I don't watch all the YouTubers. I watch a certain amount of YouTubers. And so if I'm watching my content and I still think it's valuable and helpful, then I know that's a good thing. Okay, I'm glad some of you guys thought that was funny and didn't start like shitting on me. But no, I will make a 10,000 subscriber thank you video just because that's dope and that's always fun. You're coming up on 10K, so that'll be soon for you.
It feels like it's a grind. Feels like
It'll
it's
get there.
a number that
We'll fucking get there.
Is never getting closer. But I know it
Yeah.
is. It's so hard to not look at that number.
It really is. It really is. And I'm coming up on soon-ish, 7,000 subscribers soon at some point when. So Logan Paul, new company, Liquid Marketplace, allows people to invest in shares of rare collectibles. So this is the concept of investing in fractionalized NFTs, essentially. So this is the thing he's trying to do. Obviously, Logan Paul is trying to become the next YouTube billionaire. Everything he's doing is gearing him up toward bigger and better things. He's actually turning into quite the businessman after being just a cringy blogger for so long. He's raised $8 million. I heard 10 million actually for his last venture. He's in like WWE now. He's like investing in Pokemon cards. He just bought the most expensive Pokemon card of all time, I heard. And he is trying to do something and build something that's going to last a little bit longer than just his own brand. And so this tokenization of physical items and also NFTs and all the different things, they're trying to become a different like a sort of like a competitor to OpenSea. And so this is kind of what it looks like here on the website. I think it looks pretty slick. Honestly, I think it's pretty cool. And if we scroll down here, they have the beginning. Liquid Marketplace began with our passion for collectible items. As the market matured, we saw tremendous opportunity for growth. We also saw a divide. Growing prices meant diehard fans and collectors were often priced out as collectors first. We want to change that. And so they can offer a fractionalized NFT. So you can buy, just like you can buy 0.01 Ethereum, you can now buy 0.01 of whatever collectible they have. It could be a Pokemon card, it could be a CryptoPunk, whatever it is. So trying to level the playing field here. The move, they created a large-scale platform where people can buy and sell portions of rare collectibles in real time via the digital tokens. You're not buying shares when you purchase into a tokenized portion of a collectible on Liquid Marketplace. You become a genuine co-owner of the collectible, which is really interesting, actually. And I thought that was pretty cool. And they want it to be fun. You want to like own part of it. So that's like the big thing. You own a part of that. You're not just buying in, you own a part of it. And so it kind of just, yeah, I think it's really interesting. I'm not sure if you've heard anything about it or what your thoughts are. Here's some of the things that they're listing. But do you have any thoughts towards that?
No, this is relative. I mean, I was aware of it, but I haven't had time to like look into it. I think there's this kind of like feels. We obviously had Tom Brady with Autograph, and we've seen a number of other marketplaces, NFT marketplaces. It feels. I'm speaking to another one next week, which is about they're producing NFTs for physical luxury items to help with authenticity, and to help with tracking of authenticity. It feels like there's a lot of stuff out there, and yeah, I'm with these things. I feel like I can't even speculate. I kind of just see how it goes. Like
Yeah,
with
see what happens.
his drink, right? With KSI, which you bought. Yeah, I think you propped up half their company with the amount you fucking bought.
Their Prime Energy is fucking good. For anyone who hasn't tried Prime Energy, it's pretty good. I would not mind sponsorship from them. They've got a good product.
Hey,
A good
okay,
product.
make your mind up, bro. Who do you want sponsorship
Well,
with?
the difference is an energy drink, 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 preservatives. Prime Energy is a 0-calorie drink, but it's not an energy drink. It is a recovery drink trying to equal Gatorade. So they're different companies. But
You know what we need, Cade? We need you. Your background should just be a vending machine, a drink vending machine.
if people can buy slots on the vending machine, they can buy slot
exactly.
E3, E4. That's actually fucking hilarious. That would be really funny. That would be really funny.
We laugh about this, but this will definitely when Cade has his like podcast studio.
I'm gonna have that. That's a good idea.
Definitely gonna
Wait,
be.
that's actually a really good idea because the guests can come on. They can choose one. They're all sponsored by me, so it's like they just pick it, and then we like that's the one we're going for in the episode. That is actually a great idea.
I'm seeing that happening. I'm seeing that happening. It has to happen.
I have a question here. So I'm streaming on TikTok, by the way. Also, for anyone who doesn't know, Crypto Brian, do I trade crypto or just NFTs? I do both. I do mainly NFTs, so I'm better with NFTs because I know more about it. And then I have Kaylee. Hey, we'll see you at NFT Seattle Con. What? I didn't know there was a one in Seattle, but maybe actually we'll see. I'm not sure. Anyways, let's move on to Logan Paul's next extravaganza he's embarking on. We have 99 originals, and I would play this video, but I'm just gonna let you guys play this on your own because it's like a 2-minute video. But essentially, he went on this 8-month journey where he had a Polaroid camera, and he just basically went and took a bunch of different photos, just symbolizing his life and his story, and trying to as a form of self-expression, I guess you could say. And the story was fantastic. Like, this is, if you are in a project, this is a way you can kind of take his experience in content creation. This is how you market a brand. This is not him selling anything. He's just showing what happened into a really emotional piece, honestly. It's actually a really good video. And anyone who watches this at the end, if you like Logan Paul at all, you'll be like, this is dope. I want to be part of this. Obviously, you probably can't afford it because it's an auction. And I assume they're going to go for multiple ETH each. But it's a cool idea. And I like the way he marketed this. And I think this is something that's a lot closer to his heart than fucking NFT Zoo or whatever he tried to do like a year ago, and then his like Pokemon card NFT, that was stupid as fuck. He just didn't know what he was doing back then. I think he knows better about what he's doing. I still don't know if it's right or wrong. I just thought it was really interesting, and a lot of people, 2 million people saw this video. It's definitely do well, but I thought that was pretty interesing.
Yeah, I like this. Like this is this.
He's becoming a good guy. We like him now.
Yeah, I think he always has. I think his brother has definitely got some maturing to do.
Yeah. But he was the same age, dude. When Logan was Jake's age, Logan was a piece of shit. You know, so I think Jake's starting to come into his own a little bit. He's starting to not be as big of an asshole when he's not in fight week.
I think like they're making it. But what this demonstrates to me is that I feel like Logan now understands they've kind of done the celebrity NFT drop, and all of those have just been rug pulls. And now now these people are like, okay, well, actually, what is my value add? As I'm an artist, right? Essentially, I'm an artist. I'm a creator. I'm an artist. Where can NFTs really? He's literally doing what you did with your collection. Like,
he copied me. I'm telling you,
well,
Gary and Logan, they all have a group chat, and they have my post notifications on, and they're watching all my tweets and all my YouTube videos. I swear to God,
it's Gary V copying you, fucking Logan Paul copying.
Could you imagine though if he called me one day and he's just like, bro,
they're probably like, guys, have you seen what Cade did?
He's like, yeah, I saw you bought a Cool Man's Universe, so I bought one like the next day. I didn't tell you, and it's like 6 months ago. Big fan. Cody on Chain asks, are we going to NFT NYC? We are. We will be there. Yes. I will definitely be there. And I don't know yet. I haven't decided. I don't think I'm going to purchase a ticket. I did get a $100 discount because I applied to be a speaker and got rejected. But they gave me a $100 discount to go and get a ticket. And so I was like, oh, man, that's $400. And I'm just like, ugh. I just don't care. Like, there's nothing that the speakers are going to say that I really need from them. It's just that I know a couple of the speakers who are going to be talking. That would be the only reason I do it, to go like to be there and watch them speak. But it's like, is that worth $400? And that's where I haven't decided yet. So I'll be there definitely to just go out and hang out. But
yeah, I'm not buying a ticket.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
probably
I won't be
won't.
buying a ticket.
Yeah, I want to be able to do things and spend money on stupid
Yeah.
shit while we're there with the friends.
Yeah, it's gonna
So
be. It's
that'll
gonna.
probably
It's gonna
happen.
be. There's gonna be too much fun stuff. We're gonna be too hungover. We're gonna
More
be
than
wanting to
likely.
film. We're gonna be wanting to be
I'm hoping, is
outside.
New York City, do they have weed legalized? I feel like they do.
I actually don't
If you guys know,
I mean,
and if anyone lives in New York City or you guys know, just let me know. If weed's legal, I hope it is. Any of you guys applying to speak, I applied, but they said no. I don't have anything specific enough, or world changing enough. I'm just a YouTuber, so like I was like, I can talk about brand, but like everyone's talking about that, so there's nothing specific that I had.
hang on. I disagree with that, dude. I don't think who's talking about brand. Who?
I think a lot of people are talking about brand there. Well, I mean, if not, then maybe I just had a really. I mean, to be totally honest, my PowerPoint that I threw together wasn't very good, so I think that's maybe part of the reason. But I don't know. I was a little bit surprised. I mean, I thought I put it in a way that made sense, but I brought it more in relation to the brand and what social media in 2015, what we can learn from that. And because it's literally happening right now. All the 2015, 2016 trends that happened with social media influencers, it's happening right now. And so I was like, no one's talking about this. So I put it into a PowerPoint. It wasn't a very good PowerPoint, but I thought I got my message across. They still said no twice, so it's fine. But who knows why? I don't really know what they were looking at. Oh, we have some people dropping alpha in here in the chat. Legal use and possession of legal adult use and possession of in New York City. It's now legal for adults at 21 or older to possess up to 3 ounces. Fuck yeah. All right. Fit to be smoking.
Look at Kay's eyes. If you just go rewind back 5 seconds and look at Kay's eyes fucking light up when he read that.
Oh, that's funny. Question for my TikTok. What are your thoughts on NFT projects that are high and at mint price? Kind of annoying. That's really the only thing I have toward it. It's kind of annoying. They don't need to be. They haven't done anything. Why should I pay so much money for?
Say that again. What was the question?
What are their thoughts? What are my thoughts on high mint priced NFTs? I just think it's annoying.
I think it's absolutely obscene.
Yeah, it's just dumb. They haven't done anything, so I just don't think they deserve it yet. And they don't need to. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Anyways, Coinbase announces Bored Ape. Oh shit. Coinbase announces Bored Ape Yacht Club movie trilogy called the Degen Trilogy, featuring the various characters of the NFT series. I like this. I know that the brand of the Bored Ape is to go from Degens to being bored because they got all rich, but I would love for NFTs to kind of get away from the whole like. It's funny because it's a cult still, but like the quicker we can get away from words like Degen, I feel like the quicker we can get into more mass adoption. People don't know what Degen means if you're like a normal person. And I feel like this just keeps us in this NFT bubble. But I mean, it's cool. I like it, but
I hadn't heard about this, so this is cool to see. But,
I just heard about it yesterday. And this is going to be partnered with ApeCoin as well, by the way. So people who don't know, ApeCoin is not Bored Ape Yacht Club. They're not the same. They're funded. They're entirely two separate things, but they work together in conjunction. It's the coin of the Bored Ape Yacht Club system, but they're not the same. And so Bored Ape Yacht Club can do something else, ApeCoin can do something else, but they're all working together. And I assume that's probably why they call it the trilogy, because Coinbase, Bored Ape Yacht Club, and ApeCoin, so three prongs. But that's what's happening apparently. So really, really, really interesting. And this is something that they posted. This is official. This is like on Twitter. This is a thing. So, interesting shit. Really interesting shit.
So that's, dude, the interesting word there is interactive.
Where?
That's the interesting word.
Okay. Also, I heard that there's something happening with people who own specific Bored Apes. They can apply to have their ape be in the film, and if they do, they have to like sign over their IP rights for whatever, and they get paid a certain amount of money. But I heard some people that were upset because it wasn't enough money. They were saying like you should at least be able to get 100K.
Oh my god, fucking hell,
and stuff like that. So I'm like, fuck all of you. You guys all made.
Bored Ape owners whinging about not getting paid enough money. Yeah, fuck you.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, submit your ape for casting details below. It's the first one with trilogy. Yeah, people are bitches, but whatever. Anyways, Bitcoin may soon be accepted by McDonald's and Walmart via the Lightning Network. Jack Mallers of Strike announced in Miami that Bitcoin will be available via the Lightning Network to over 400,000 storefronts and U.S. Shopify sites. Dude, I almost went to this because I had a TikToker crypto person invite me on a yacht club a yacht party thing, and I saw some other YouTuber who went, and he got invited to that same party, and I saw it. And it looked kind of lame, but like. I almost went just to be able to post about it, but it definitely looks lame.
That's so funny. I do you know what I saw a bunch of Yeah, I saw some videos from like NFT Paris and NFT Paris and Lisbon in Portugal.
Yeah.
And yeah, some of the parties looked a little bit dry, a little
I
bit
mean,
quiet.
look, there's just not that many people in NFTs, and of the people in NFTs, like, what percentage of them are cool, right? It's probably not a lot. I mean, I've seen the videos from different NFT parties. It's not that cool. Like I've seen videos, even
dude,
projects I'm in. I've seen the parties. I'm like, yeah, that looks dead.
dude, I know it's tragic. It's tragic, isn't it? But this is why I feel like New York, where we're gonna have fucking Cody is gonna be there. I mean, does it?
It's gonna be
It does
cool. It's
not get
still gonna
cooler
be
than that.
awkward. There's still gonna be a lot of people who just kind of stand around because they'll be sober more than likely. And so, it'll be fun. Like if you go in with a group of your friends and you're able to have, it's the same with like any party. If you can roll up to a bar or a pub or a party with your friends and your friends aren't all insecure and y'all can have fun and not be like trying to be cool or like everyone's trying to go home with someone, it can be fun.
Yeah,
I just think
yeah.
people put too much pressure in their head when they show up somewhere. They gotta like look cool or do the right thing or say something. But if you're there with your friends and you're just there to have fun, that's way, way cooler, I think.
Yeah. So Andre said in NFTLA, he did say there were a lot of like cool people there, like too cool.
Yeah, I feel it's true, especially what's her name? Riv made a bunch of videos and said like everybody was asking her and Sydney actually both said that people what's it called SGWVX or something in Austin, whatever that event was called. Everyone's just like asking if you have a Bored Ape. And if you have a Bored Ape, people are like, "Oh, you're so cool," and they're like, "Oh yeah, I know." And if you don't, people are like, "I don't want to talk to you." So,
oh fucking hell, that's lame. Did Sydney go to LA?
No, but she went to that Austin event, or she lives in Austin,
South.
so she was like everyone's talking about Bored Apes. But that's right now, that's the only project people know of. If you're not in NFT land, Bored Apes is the only one you know of. Maybe you've heard of
Right.
CryptoPunks, but
Yeah, so I went to a family lunch the other day with and the 17-year-old son of like 17-year-old cousin of my girlfriend found out that I did NFTs, and he like reeled off a bunch of stuff about CryptoPunks, and was like, it was
no
it was
way.
actually quite cool. It was actually quite cool because I told everyone was like, "Oh, you're a YouTuber," and we were having a conversation. I was like, "Yeah, YouTuber," and they kind of like didn't. I said I make stuff on tech companies, and they were like,
Right, of
whatever.
course.
And then as soon as like someone mentioned NFTs, like all of them, everyone around the table was like suddenly interested, which is I thought was interesting because it felt like I was like, oh, okay, so. And yeah, this 17-year-old kid was like, you knew exactly what a CryptoPunk was, knew what the floor price of a CryptoPunk was.
Wow, okay.
And
Let's
I was
go.
like,
I
oh
don't even know
wow,
the floor price of a CryptoPunk.
yeah, I know. So it's like it was quite cool because I totally expect people to just be disinterested, but by like maybe that people are just nice to you if they're your friends and they know you. But my friends, when I've told them, they immediately like, oh shit, that's really cool, like interested. So
Wow.
yeah,
Hell yeah. You're about to be a stud.
yeah, I had some positive
Yeah.
chats with some friends, which is good.
That's dope, dude. That's dope. We have Dan Azuki number 4. Dude, this pisses me off so much just because I saw Boba or Bobu, what's it called? Boba. Is it coming up? I don't know if hold on, I can't tell if my connection's like fucking up, but it keeps like pausing.
I can see it. Bobu. I don't know what the fuck Bobu is.
Here we go. So Azuki Bobu NFT, I believe this is the Bobu Farmer, number 40. If this is the Bobu Farmer that I'm thinking of, there was like X amount of thousands of the copies of this one, and they were like a 0.05 for a long time. And I was sitting there and I was like, I should buy this. Like it's part of the Azuki ecosystem, but like I guess there's no interest, and so I didn't. And literally 2 days later, it flew to like 0.8 ETH, and I could have bought like 10. And I was just like, why did I not bet on this ecosystem? I'm so stupid.
Wait,
And I don't know if
explain
that's
what
the
this
same
is.
one
I
they're
missed
talking about.
this, dude. Wait, can you explain that? What is this?
So I don't even know what happened here. Wait, about Bobu
Yeah,
or
what the
about
fuck is
Azuki number
what
40?
is
Like the
Bobu?
store?
I've never even heard that word.
So Azuki has their collection. There however many thousands in their collection, right? And then there's this other NFT that's part of it's not part of the collection, but it's part of the ecosystem. But it's only one. But there's like 10,000 copies of it. And if you hold that one, you can also put it as your NFT profile picture. It looks just like an Azuki. But the thing is, like, there was no utility, so no one bought it. And then it flew up. It's kind of like the charity felon with Fuzzy Felons. And then after a little bit, they were like, okay, if you hold one, you also get whitelist for the real collection. And then the price went up by like 4x. And so that's kind of what happened here. And I don't know if Azuki number 40 is that. But essentially, if this happens, Azuki will probably pump again. Maybe they have already. I'm not sure. But that's kind of interesting.
Sweet.
Bryce says like and sub. Yeah, everyone like and sub. Everybody click the like button, subscribe to the channel. I don't know. I'm really praying to God that the connection is good because it keeps freezing on me, and I don't know if that's happening.
Yeah, it is
But hold on,
actually.
I'm
It
gonna
is like
check.
lagging a little bit.
I'm gonna check my screen here.
It's okay. It's fine. You're still with us. We can hear you.
Yeah. I just wanted to like check it on there. So okay, we're fine. But yeah. So he sold his Bobu at 0.21. Jesus, that sucks. At least he got some profit probably. Yeah. That's the fractionalized ER 155 token. So
Oh,
that
so
is
he's
correct.
one. He's one Azuki, and he's fractionalized into 50
Mhm.
tokens. Got you. Okay,
Correct.
got you.
Yeah, if that happens, that NFT will fly again, for sure. So very interesting. Then yes, yeah, click the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's get that Celsius sponsorship for sure. We can definitely make that work, 100%. What else we have? We have a couple more stories here. Talked about that. We have Mike Majlak. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I guess it's just going to restart that page. So Mike Majlak bought an NFT. He bought a Bored Ape. That was really interesting. And then honestly, I'm not going to pull up these other tabs because everything's being slow. I'm not sure what's going on. I don't even know if you can hear me, Tom. Can you hear me right now?
Yeah, I've still got you, but yeah, there's clearly some issue with your connection. We can talk about because I watched your video on the Mike Malak Bored
Yeah.
Ape
Do you want to give us on that?
story. Yeah, so the story was that kind of complex, to be honest, in now trying to think about it. But basically, a whale like owns a ton of Bored Apes, and he manages deals, essentially commercial partnership deals with in this case it was MoonPay. So instead of MoonPay paying wait, how does MoonPay bought the Bored Ape off this whale,
Yep.
and then Mike gets given an invoice and has to buy the Bored Ape off MoonPay, but he's buying it at a massive discount, essentially.
Yes. Yeah. So and also I don't think any of it's on the blockchain. From what I
Yeah,
know, from
yeah,
what I've seen at least, and I've only done a few minutes of research, is that he basically MoonPay probably paid him on some other network with some other wallet, either behind closed doors or just using fiat currency. He let it go
yeah,
for a certain amount of money. And there was some kind of it's like a brand deal, same thing. And then Mike is sent an invoice. I believe he paid that in fiat because didn't have the ETH for it, but he just paid it, so he didn't have to pay the full price. MoonPay gets some exposure off a 2 million view video. This guy gets a lot of money. I'm sure he got full price, and MoonPay covered the rest. And then yeah, everybody wins basically. And so this one wasn't really so much me talking shit. I know some people took it as me talking shit, and I was like, I'm not talking shit. I don't care. It's just what's happening, and they're not hiding it. So that's why so many famous people are getting into the project because they're getting deals. They're not buying this because they believe in it or it's a good deal. They're getting a great deal because they're not paying full price. They're paying below the floor a lot of times, or they're paying the floor for a non-floor ape. They're paying a really, really
yeah.
rare one, and they're getting like a huge discount. So they can literally relist it immediately and get a $500,000 bag off of it. And it's kind of ridiculous because people, I don't know, the narrative is Bored Ape Yacht Club is running around with it, saying, "Look how many famous people are in the project. We're so popular." And oh shit, what just happened?
I've got you still.
All right, you have me. I don't know what is going on with my restream or my computer, but
I can
my
still hear you.
connection
We've still
is
got
dead.
your connection's done, but we can still hear your beautiful voice.
What? That is so weird, bro. My Wi-Fi is 100%, and like everything is 100% right now, and my camera is just. Oh, okay, I'm back or something. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, please let us know in the comments if something's fucked up because I don't know anything as far as what's going on right now. I have literally no idea what's going on. But yeah, that's the Boy Yacht Club. It's fine, whatever. And then we have Elon Musk. So Elon Musk bought 9% of Twitter, and there's a bunch of things that people were interested about. You know, apparently he's getting sued by investors because what he did was he bought X amount of percent, I think 4 or 5% of Twitter stock, didn't report it when he was supposed to. He got an extra 3 months to keep investing because as soon as he tweets, like as soon as it goes out that he bought some, it's going to go up in
Yeah.
value. So he tried to not do that. And people were like, what the fuck? That's kind of cheating. I'm not really sure what I think about that because it's kind of like, I don't know. anyways, as soon as it went out, of course it went up. He's got double the amount of Twitter stock now. And then he was supposed to go on the board. He's making all these funny tweets. So should we do this? Should we do that? What do y'all think about this? What do y'all think about that? And then he denied his spot on the board for whatever reason. And that's it. So I have no idea what happened. And I don't know if that was a plot for engagement farming, or I'm not really sure what the point of that was, honestly.
The kind of like conspiracy is that, well, not the conspiracy, the kind of feeling is that the thinking is that by not taking the board seat, it gives him the opportunity to do a full takeover, a full buyout. So if he was on the board, he would have to.
Oh yeah, you can't buy more than 14%.
Yeah. So by not being on the board, he actually he has potentially more buying power of Twitter. And I think they came out with a statement being like, yeah, Elon's turned down the seat on the board, but we think this is the best for Twitter. We're still going to listen to him as a majority shareholder, or as a large shareholder. Of course we're going to listen to him, and we think this is the best kind of relationship. So yeah, I feel like I don't know. I would love Elon Musk to like own Twitter. I know, just be jokes.
Buy it, Elon. Just fucking buy it out. Sell some of your stock and just do that. It'll be fine. I would love for him to do that, honestly. Like, it'd be great to have someone who's just not like, I don't know if he's power hungry in the sense of like wanting to control. If he was to buy Twitter, for example, like, would he put in some rules that I think he would go the opposite way? I think he would just like lift all the rules and be like, you can post whatever you want, which has its drawbacks. People who are in terrorist groups can now post and do whatever they want. White supremacist groups can post, but it's like, you kind of have to go all in or not. Like, you can't pick and choose, because like, who's going to be the judge of that? Like, you can't just say, oh well, this is allowed but that's not allowed. And it's like, okay, well, what if you're getting funding from this company and they are also participating in this, so they are also going to let this happen? So now you're kind of torn because you're getting funding to make it happen, but they also don't believe in the things you're doing. And it's a really controversial topic. I lean more on the free speech, do whatever you want route, and people are going to find where they're going to find. They're going to get in the communities they're going to get into, no matter what. But I also am very aware of the fact that the harder something is, the less likely people are going to do it. Like, if you make cigarettes hard to get, less people are probably going to smoke cigarettes, because it's just an extra step. For me, every time I want to kick an addiction, I just make it harder for me to do it. Like, I kicked my dab pen, immediately lost my addiction to weed. I'm just like, it's too much work for me to go downstairs, light up a bowl, and like go get high like that. It's just too much work for me. So I'm just too lazy. And that's like 99% of people. I'm less lazy than most people, I feel like. And I can't even take that extra step to do something so small. Like, if I want to make a really nice dinner, but it's going to take me 12 minutes to make the dinner, I'm like, fuck it, dude. I'm just going to heat up some like chicken or chicken tenders or something.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm all about convenience and speed and efficiency. Yeah. And but yeah, we're definitely not lazy because we fucking do shit. We're just always, that's the problem. We're like the opposite. We're like just always doing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Gary Vee said that in a podcast I just listened to. By the way, I listen to Gary Vee's. He posts videos all the time, like every single day. A lot of them are old, a lot of them are new, but I watch everything he comes out with. And I've gotten multiple bits of alpha by being the first hour of watching anything he posts. And the other day he was talking about convenience, and he was like, people don't realize convenience is probably the ultimate key for any product you put out. He's like, if it makes your life easier, at some point, everyone will come over. If it's really that much easier in your life, people 100%. Will come over. It does not fucking matter. He brought up a really good example. He's like, no, the BlackBerry, we like it because the keyboard. He goes, okay, well, what about the smartphone that has the internet on it? He's like, at some point, people will realize this makes my life easier than having a nice keyboard on my phone. And everyone moved over. I don't know a single motherfucker with a BlackBerry anymore. Do you know anyone with a BlackBerry?
I thought BlackBerry closed last year.
Oh, they might have closed.
I thought they closed. Yeah, I thought there was a final nail in the coffin.
Bryce is going to be in the chat. He's like, I have a BlackBerry. So yeah. Anyways, that kind of spurned from the Elon Musk topic of what should we do. I would love for someone to take over YouTube. I'm so scared of like, I always triple check everything I post for YouTube, because I'm like, I've seen someone get their YouTube deleted overnight. I've seen many people actually lose their YouTubes, and that's like a career.
Did you see? So Matt's crypto got his. I saw yesterday. He's a guy with nearly 100,000 followers, I think.
What?
Yeah, I saw literally only just before this show. Actually, I saw it came up on my feed. But like, yeah, so that was a big, big player in the YouTube NFT space, and he was like,
Most of them are
freaking
getting their
out.
stuff back. What I've seen is they'll set a report
Yeah,
and they'll get it back, but it's still like, bro, what if they don't? What if YouTube doesn't see
yeah,
your tweet and they just never reinstall your YouTube and that's 7 months of work? Like for you took out a
yeah.
loan to make YouTube work. Like what if they just take your YouTube? You're like, you're fucked. You know? And so that's
Absolutely,
scary as
absolutely.
fuck for me.
It's really scary, and this is why the whole concept of decentralization always comes up, is that we want to prevent this situation happening where we're handcuffed by organizations, corporations, but in reality, it's no one has found an answer to like actually creating stuff and putting stuff in a direction by decentralization. I think it's an ideology that I don't is unproven so far, but yeah, it's scary. It is fucking scary. I think the one thing. So I think it was. Did you post a video? The guy who got his account banned. I think he's an Austrian dude, maybe.
Maybe.
And he got his account banned and he got it reinstated, but it took 3 weeks. And he said that during those 3 weeks, though, the YouTube support team were helpful, and they had a discourse with them. They were like in conversation, and that was definitely not the case when it happened to me with Discord, when there was zero communication for 3 weeks. So
people hate Discord, bro. People do not like Discord.
yeah, it's
a lot of people talking shit about it.
It's frustrating. Yeah, it's frustrating. So it is very scary because it's like, wow, shit. 3 weeks off
out of the
for
game,
us
dude.
It's a big hit. It's a big hit on the algorithm.
Yeah, that's scary for me. So that's why I stay away from, like, I still make a little bit of clickbaity titles and thumbnails, but it's like I really stay away from anything that sounds like financial advice. Like I never like
Yeah.
the closest thing I get to it is like, should you buy this? Is it overrated? That's about as close to like controversial in that sense. I'd never want to be in a situation where YouTube could be like clip something and be like, this sounds like fucking you pumping up an asset or something like that. I try and stay as
So
safe
this is
about
quite
that.
interesting. This is interesting because I've never thought about this. I've never thought about what I say. I don't even because I don't know what the fuck. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what. I literally don't even know.
Think about if you worked at YouTube and your boss came up to you and said, "Hey, we want you to start looking at YouTuber content, NFT YouTubers specifically who are trying to pump up NFTs and they're screwing over their subscribers by pumping and dumping projects and assets. Find clips, and if it sounds like they are, let's delete their channel." If that was the job and that was the job description, like what are you looking for? What kind of word choice are you thinking? What YouTuber stuff are you looking at? And that's where I try and look at it and I'm like, okay, does this sound like I'm trying to provide research and helpful information, or does it sound like I'm trying to pump up something or get people to buy and sell things? And that's where I really try and draw a distinction. And that's why I make so many videos about my personal brand. So I'm like, I'm not here to do that. I'm here to be an entertainer. I'm here to bring the value of entertainment wrapped in education, edutainment, and do that as much as I can. So
it makes me I'm like trying to think. I'm like, do I do this in my videos? Do I come across as if I'm yeah? I don't know.
I don't think so. I think you do a good job. And looks
yeah,
like
I don't think
they lost their Twitter too.
Yeah.
Damn, that's brutal.
Jesus.
Hold on. There was a question for you, Tom. Thoughts on the Mutant Shiba thoughts on the Mutant Shiba Club reveal tomorrow. What do you got? What do you got?
I sold mine yesterday.
Oh, really? What was it at? What was the floor at?
This is not financial advice. Let's put it that way. I just purely from the from an entertainment perspective, I see. I don't know. I just like. I feel as if we've seen what trends happen post reveal, and I'm just going off that trend.
Yeah, and a lot of projects that punt post, but I think the art is usually it's got to be at least good. And I saw Mutant Shiba's like art sneak peeks and stuff, and I didn't really see it. I was like, I don't know. I feel like Shiba works because it's cute. It's like a cute dog thing, and like Mutant Shiba's like not cute at all. It's just like I don't know.
Like I said, I've worked with the team. Really lovely guys. Like I said before, if it's not a fuck yes, it's a no.
Yeah, it's a dangerous in a dangerous game of the market right now. You've got to be very, very choosy with what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Hopefully make decisions before they come up. Like, for example, I have an NFT, I have multiple NFTs mints. I think multiple. I have at least a couple NFT mints coming up this next week or so that I'm be paying really, really close attention to the market. Really pay attention to other NFT mints, seeing how they're going, seeing what the trend is. Are they pumping post reveal? Are they pumping pre reveal? Are there swing trades opportunities? Like, what's the meta? Like, what's the move during this new projects when we're kind of trending down? If you guys saw the OpenSea volume, it was doing like decent, okay, come up a little bit, came back down, and it's kind of looking like it looks like this a little bit. So it's not looking great. So I'm really gonna be playing it by ear, sort of, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting. And Klein NFT in my TikTok says, I hope the future of social media apps is more competitive. Social media apps more competitive. I feel like they're pretty competitive now. They're not? What do you think?
Ask the question. So the question
says, I hope the future of social media apps is more competitive. I'm not sure what specifically you mean by that. Maybe if you can elaborate in there, but what are your thoughts on that? Anything?
I'm just
not sure if I understand that question either.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look for the question.
It's in TikTok. I'm streaming on TikTok.
Oh, it's on TikTok. Sorry.
Yeah.
So say that one more time, dude.
He said, I hope the future of social media apps is more competitive.
Yeah, I don't quite.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't quite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's pretty competitive now. I think TikTok and
it's
YouTube
very competitive. It is. I think it is TikTok. TikTok is the main place right now. It is where all brands...
I'm putting a lot of energy into TikTok right now. I never thought I would be. I always tried to funnel to YouTube, but now I'm tripling down on TikTok. I'm focusing hard.
And I'm like, it's like, for me, I've been watching TikTok for the last 2 years, like hearing Gary Vee talk about it. And for last year, I had no content I had nothing to, but I knew the brand that I owned. I was like, I know I should be on TikTok and I know I should be smashing it. And for me, it was like, I just wanted to make sure I could get in the flow with making YouTube videos over the past few months. But now I'm kind of like, I've figured out what's going to work best for my schedule. That's like, basically, because I realized the opportunity with TikTok, and the key with TikTok is consistency and volume.
Yes.
Like, I wanted to make sure I was in a place where I can be consistent and have volume. And YouTube, like, Kate knows it. Kate does an incredible job of like covering all channels. But at the moment, the next step for us is making sure that we cover everything to make sure that we've got as much omnipresence as possible. So I'm looking Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. So the aim is to do one LinkedIn one LinkedIn post a day, because that still has amazing organic reach, and also Twitter Spaces, podcasts. So starting my podcasts, I'm going to have my own podcast, which I need to pitch Cade in this, but I'm wanting to get him on once a month for a very, very special show that I've been wanting to do for ages. So just trying to be. We realize that this is the time to get busy.
You got to test everything. You might love podcast hosting. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's exactly. Fun, right? That's what I look forward to.
Oh, exactly. So for me, the same. This is way, way more fun than me like creating and editing a video. It just is. Like, creating and editing a video is very psychologically like taxing. It's very brain taxing. So draining. And I
agree.
I just want to have conversations with people. So for me, it's I'm going to be starting my podcast, my long form podcast channel at some point soon. It's going to be cool conversations with cool people. And
are you doing a separate channel because for algorithm reasons, or why are you doing a different channel?
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of both. It's going to be a bit of both. It's the stuff that I will do on. I want this channel to be like my channel that I'm doing is to be very focused on kind of like NFT stuff for now, and my other channel is going to be on business entrepreneurship, because there's going to be people who don't fucking vibe NFTs, but my passion is also entrepreneurship and business, and self-development, fitness, health. Like, I want to make sure that I've got a space where I can really dive into that stuff deep, and I can also develop my career in parallel with like the NFT stuff, just so I can keep some sort of clarity from my from my audiences, because it just I've noticed that that's what a lot of the big brands, Gary V, all of the like a lot of the big kind of creators out there, they're realizing that they can have multiple channels with multiple different kind of like styles of delivery, like, you know, whether it's a shorts channel, whatever it is, but it gives their audiences an easier way to like get in on the brand. So that's just it'll be tied to my like the Summit Club. So that's the plan. Thanks,
it's always
Lucy.
one sexy comment.
So okay, well, I may as well come out with it now. That's my girlfriend, by the way. So
I was gonna say, yeah. We've got to dox her, Lucy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to dox
you've
her.
Doxed. Unfortunately, you've been doxed. You can no longer hide.
Kate's met her once before, but Lucy is my girlfriend. Every week where she comes on and she fucking calls me sexy, that is my girlfriend. It's not a stranger that finds me sexy, which is. But also good.
Yeah,
it's good
so I agree with you. Huh?
It's good that my girlfriend finds me sexy, eh?
Yeah, thank God, dude. Jesus. Oops, reveal. So in regards to what you just said about the spreading out your brand into different channels, I agree with you. I think for me, I'm gonna keep it all in one for now, just because I want to build the brand of my brand to be everything. I don't want to stay in NFTs, so I need it to be clear that my brand is not just NFTs. So probably until I hit 100,000 subscribers, I'm not gonna make a second channel for anything. My second channel is already made though. It's already got a ton of videos on there. It's called the Joyage Podcast. That's where the podcast will go at some point, but I will bring that channel back to life. Basically, I'm still logged in, and I still use it, so I can get or I still like it's still available for me. I just right now I'm trying to rack in all the playable minutes. I'm trying to get all the content, because sometimes my podcasts do really well. Like I've had most of my podcasts do well, just as good as my other content as far as click through rate and stuff like that. And so currently it's helping my brand in general, but at some point the Joyage Podcast will become its own channel. That'll more than likely be the only other channel I do. And then, right now I don't have enough. I've got too many things going on. So if I do a second channel, I gotta worry about another thing. And for now, I'm not gonna go with that. But I mean, to each their own, and we'll both work. Like it's literally both gonna work.
Exactly. For me, psychologically, it's actually easier for me to compartmentalize things.
Gotcha.
So it's easier for me to be like, okay, well, this is going to be my podcast channel, and this is where I schedule these types of that I can kind of compartmentalize those as part of like different products in a business, and I can market those differently. So that's easier for me in my head. And I can be like, okay, well, this is the thing. But I think you're doing a phenomenal job at what you're doing with your YouTube channel, and I definitely would say there's no need for you to change that. Like, but I think it's I think you're an absolute I think you're the GOAT. You're the GOAT.
Thanks. Go. I have a question here from Sean. What do you think about free mints? I think they're. I don't know if I need to have a free mint, but I think a free mint's cool. It's definitely a flex. I think Alien Friends is a better example. They've minted at 0.02. I think that's almost a bigger flex than free, because people look at free and they think, oh, well, like they did a free mint, like that's so cool. But just because it's free doesn't mean it's good. You know, just because it's a companion project doesn't mean it's worth anything. Like it has to be.
Such a good point.
Mints are interesting to me. But I think it's a bigger flex out like 0.02, like a small mint, 0.03. That's what I did for my NFTs. I think it's 0.03 for the first collection, 0.07 for the second collection. So having a small mint, I think almost looks cooler, because there's a lot of free mints that suck. For every good mint that's free, there's 20 that did not do well, and they all stayed at 0. You know?
Yeah.
So that's just my opinion on it. Do we mint more, or are we buying more in the post market? I don't really mint much. I'm very picky with what I mint, because most of them don't do well. I'm also buying I'm buying them if they're very underpriced, but other than that, I'm waiting until I thought I could call the bottom. Obviously, I was clearly fucking wrong. We had a little bit of a tick up, which actually lined up right with my prediction. I thought we would go into the bull run there, and we had a tick up, and I was like, oh fuck yeah, I called it 3 out of 3 times. Let's go. But then it almost went up, and then it just kind of crashed back down. I was like, oh fuck, I guess it wasn't as right as I thought. So right now I'm being a little bit picky with what I buy, just because I'm I mean, I've already made a lot of bets, so there's not a lot I need to buy right now. I'm pretty well allocated for this next bull run, so I'm not buying too much. I'm just keeping tabs on everything. I'm trying to just have a little bit of liquid on the side in case a deal pops up or something like that. But I'm more just like paying attention to stuff and build like when things are boring in NFTs, I use that time to network as much as I can, to learn about things, learn new strategies, focus on other things in my life a little bit if I can. And yeah, that's really what I'm doing right now.
Nice.
Daniel says Neo Tokyo was a free mint. Yeah, Neo Tokyo, and that's an example of one that did it well. You know, they made it really hard to get the mint. You know, you couldn't just get the mint. It was, you had to jump through hoops and sign in with your firstborn. You had to go get a baptism in Germany. You had to do all this shit to get it. So I don't know if it was free. They definitely gave up hours and hours and hours and hours of their life to get the free mint and a lot of work, but it was free, and that's pretty cool because they did go.
But remember, you got to remember, like, so there's an analogy, or there's kind of a story about like if you were to have like a chest of gold coins on a desert island, would you be rich? This is a question.
It's a good
question.
You wouldn't. No, you're not.
You have no products or services to buy. And with Neo Tokyo, you've got to remember the people that were allowed to mint that were some of the wealthiest people on earth. And so the fact that it was a free mint was fucking, it meant nothing. Like it was, it meant,
yeah, because there's a lot of people who paid to get it. A lot of people paid other people to do the work for them, and they paid them to get it. So it's like, the CEO of Cetify is gonna like go through all these things and like figure this shit out, figure out riddles, and be at 10:03 a.m. go and mint the thing on the smart contract. The CEO of Cetify is not doing that. She paid some other kid to do it, gave him 20% or something. So
exactly. So the fact that it was a free mint was kind of a moot point, because it's like these are people,
and they give up a lot of time and a lot of
exactly.
So yeah, do you think a smaller initial free mint with utility for a follow-up on a larger collection? I think this is a better idea. I like this. It doesn't have to be free. It can be cheap too, but I like this idea of a Genesis collection. Like that's what my NFTs are setting myself up for the alley-oop. If I ever do a big collection, those Genesis holders will obviously get some kind of, I mean, they'll definitely get a free mint and whatever else they get with it. But I like the idea of having a smaller Genesis. Oh yeah, I literally forgot you're a holder. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's a good idea to do that. If you're gonna do it, I think Genesis collections are dope. Ugaverse did that. I thought that was a great idea. That's probably why their brand is so strong, even though they don't do as much brand work as I would like. They have the Genesis collection, and so there's a lot of people who are very much in the project who still fucking love the project because of that emotional tie they have to it from being a Genesis holder. And so I think it's a good idea.
I think it's a good idea as well, and I think it kind of matches more of a like the typical funding that typical businesses and startups would have, right? It would be seed funding round, then or pre-seed funding round, or bootstrapping, and then seed funding. And I think that there's a lot of, especially with young teams and teams that are like unproven, I think you do have to prove yourself, and and the proving yourself is, okay, well, can I market and build a community for like a Genesis collection? Can I do that? Can I deliver a smooth mint? And if you can, what you'll do is that will like be reflected in, okay, you'll sell out that Genesis collection, and you'll also get really healthy secondary sales. So I had a great project on, and this is not financial advice. We had a great project the other day on our Twitter Spaces called Chiptoes, who they're within the kind of like computer hardware niche. So like like people who make computers at home, and they dropped they have a Genesis collection of 500 odd items that they dropped a few months ago, and that Genesis collection has like a floor price of like 1.7 at the moment, wow. Which is incredible. And what that now does, and they've got like 30,000 followers on Twitter. So they've grown because, one, they have a niche and they know that niche inside out, and now they're in a position where they can drop a generative collection, or like a secondary collection, with some credibility behind them. So yeah, I think what the ability to drop a Genesis collection is going to be based on your kind of like your track record, your history, how much money you have, and at the end of the day, you will be caught out if you're a bullshitter and you can't walk the walk. You'll get caught out by low secondary sales and a absolutely dumped floor price. So I think it'll become very, very common as we progress.
Yeah, I agree. And I think my audio might be cutting in and out. I've heard saw some comments, so I'll keep my answers short here. How do you drive community to a new NFT if you are not a well-known figure? I say make a sick video, pay someone to make a sick video, and then make a couple of videos of you talking to the camera. If you're the founder, talk about your values, talk about what you want to do, and there you go. 99% of projects don't have that.
Yeah. I just, the way I see it is like it's basic fucking brand stuff, and I hate to be like a little bit brutal with this, but if you don't know how to drive interest through the stuff that Cade has just said, which is fucking basics, you have no right being in the NFT space.
Yeah, you gotta learn it. And I'm gonna try and pull up a tweet that I made yesterday that I thought was really helpful. And this isn't I forget what book I was reading this in. I don't even know if it was a marketing book, but it was really helpful for people who don't understand marketing. You can actually just look at history, follow projects that have already done shit, and just copy their shit. Like there's a lot of you can just look at successful projects or successful brands in the past, years ago even, and find really helpful shit. So hopefully this pops up. Larger companies. You want to read this stuff? My audio is coming in and out.
Yeah, larger companies are discovering that stories put a human face on an otherwise faceless conglomerate. Tostitos, Taco Bell, Domino's Pizza, Kashi, McDonald's and Starbucks are turning to commercials that highlight farmers who grow the ingredients behind the products. People are more engaged with products when they know where those products come from, and if they get to know the real people behind those products. The Lush chain of soap stores puts a small picture of a real employee on each product. The faces are those of people who actually made the product. Lush believes that every product has a story. There's a reason why many successful brands spend millions on advertising that includes real faces, real people, and real stories. It works.
Facts. Yeah,
it is.
That's all important.
Marketing is just storytelling, and brand building is value creation. And that's what. So Bryce, in the chat said this. Like, if you're looking to drive community, fucking deliver value. Just deliver value. Mm-hmm. And if you don't know what that means, you've got some learning to do.
Yeah, exactly. You got to learn, and it's okay. It can take a little while. This will be our last question. Daniel, are we following imposters? I'm not really following them, but I think that's a pretty good hold. If you're going to hold any project, I would say believe in Elio. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Remember, if you are betting on a team, and the team's pretty well connected. They've worked very hard for years. They have built stuff before. They have very intelligent dudes. Yeah, like they know the space. That's the biggest thing, is that they are deep crypto dorks.
100%. So, they got FaZe Banks in the team. FaZe Banks is an advisor. Yeah. He's built the fucking biggest gaming thing ever. So he's a very, very, very important asset to the company. That's not a bad team to place your bets in my opinion. So that's what I'm going to say for imposters. Probably a good investment. Probably the closest to an investment as you could say any project is. Most projects are not investments; they're more just gambles. So as far as an investment, if you want to make a bet on teams, I think, in my opinion. So yeah, that's pretty much it right there. Fire.
Yeah, awesome. Completely agree.
Let's go.
Yeah, last point on that one is that whether or not where the current value of an imposter's NFT is, and if that equates to actual like value in like 5 years time, as in where the fuck will the value of NFTs be in 5 years? Like will there be a market for just an average artist dropping a collection and you can buying them at 3,000 a piece? Like is the market going to be like that in a few years time? We have no idea. And so the question on whether the imposter's NFT is going to be a valuable asset, I think it's still early on like NFTs being assets for that kind of thing, because they're just a digital collectible at this point. So agreed. I think you just have to be you have to, as always with these things, you have to have entry and exit points. Unless you're a whale and you can just afford this shit, be smart. Like if you've got profit, take it.
Yeah.
One final piece of like I'm going to be working on for the short term, and I've spoken about this before, is the kind of 2x methodology or kind of strategy. So like if I've managed to achieve a 2x, just 100% gain on my asset, be very grateful, be very thankful, and move on.
Yeah, that's a
you can do a lot if you're 2x. You can do a lot if you're 2xing every day.
Yeah, exactly. If you're always taking profits more often than you're taking losses, you're pretty much in the positive, and it's better than most people. Most people don't think this, but most people are losing money in NFTs and crypto. People don't want to believe that. The fact is, most people are fucking losing, and it's sad because they don't have a plan to exit. They don't know how to invest in this because they didn't learn investing. They jumped right into the casino without knowing what a casino is and knowing how it works, and that's not a good situation to be in. So, yeah, so what a great water bottle. This thing?
Give us a story behind that, Cade.
So there was a YouTuber, and his name's Adam. His YouTube channel is called Psych Substance. He was the first person that provided education. He was actually an inspiration between my NFT content. He makes educational content about psychedelics, and that's where I draw a lot of inspiration from for the way I do my content. So he had one of these things. It looked sort of like it. It was more chemistry. It looked more like a chemistry vial, and I thought it was cool, but I wanted something different. So I just went and looked up like cool vases on like Etsy, and I just found this one and bought it. So it's a vase. It's like a vase for fucking flowers, but I like it. So that's where that came from.
Is he the dude that, like, is he one of the dudes that tests stuff himself and films himself?
No, he does more where he just like breaks down. He like tripped a lot in his early years, so he just makes a bunch of videos that breaks down things on a chemical level, talks about why, when, how to be safe, and all that stuff. And so Daniel says it's the Joyage potion. Oh fuck, that's actually a good idea for like an NFT. Joyage potion. Yeah, this is it right here.
Joyage potion. The question,
we're gonna have this.
I have to you, Cade,
go ahead.
Are we going to be doing psychedelics in New York?
Oh man, I don't know how we would get them.
Well, I don't know,
but
I mean, I fucking know. I mean, I know that that's a problem that can be solved.
Oh, all right. Well, if that can be solved, then I'm down. Not saying we would. Not saying that's financial advice or drug advice, but probably. Sweet. Hell yeah. I'll just wolf down a bunch right before the plane.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Cool. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for being here. That was a sick episode. We talked about a lot of stuff. I'm hoping that the quality wasn't too bad. I know it got rough there at some point. It might be rough right now. I'm not really sure. But yeah, we appreciate being here. Code word at the end of this if you made it to the end. Also, if you've been watching this and it's not your first episode, comment OG so we know. If this is your first episode, comment Joyager. Actually, no, yeah, comment Joyager or Summiter. Either one. Either one's cool. Post one of those. If you're OG, type in OG. And we appreciate you guys all being in here. That'll be the code word is OG or Joyager or Summiter. And yeah, thanks for being here. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. All the links are down below in the description. Follow his YouTube. He's trying to get to 10K subs. We're both going to get there. It's going to be litty. That's pretty much it. You got anything else to say?
Guys, it's a wonderful day to be alive. And I'm proud to be here with you.
Fuck yeah. Hey, Brad says Joyager, X Summoner. Fuck yeah. Love it. All right, guys, until next time, continue on your Joyage, continue to learn, and be grateful you're alive watching this video. Bye.